y'all keep using these words
I
that
know it's too rational, isn't it? It makes too
no,
much
it's not.
sense.
No,
But
stop using words, bro. You just
no,
use words
no,
like open. I don't know what it
no,
means.
I know I'm dead serious.
Open neg, demonstrate high value.
I welcome you two guys to join me on Monday with a real pimp who has quote unquote game, and I can't make this up. I want y'all to use that bullshit you saying. That's fake. You're using analytics and book smarts. That's not game.
I'm
Game.
not impressed by pimps, man.
No,
Seriously, get out of here
no,
with that.
that's where the
Pimps.
game comes from, dog. See, you don't understand, man. Y'all are using. You're using a book that was created by a loser called the game.
I wrote my own book, dude. My
Oh,
book is
okay.
coming out in the next couple of
Okay,
months. I wrote my
but young
own
man,
book.
what is all this negging and open and all this clothes and all this?
Demonstrate high
What is
value
closing?
and
I don't know what closing is.
Okay, to be fair,
VHV, SMV.
to be fair,
But I'm being a dick. It's fair.
when Iceberg Slim, when he writes Pimp in 1954, maybe even before that, I can't remember what year it was, and he's in Milwaukee. Do you remember the story where he fakes a murder to get his bottom bitch to like stay with him for a little bit longer? Do you remember this story?
I
It's at the
don't
end of
know
the
that
book.
story, but it doesn't impress me already. It
No,
sounds
no,
like
no,
a-
no, no. Hold,
sounds
hold,
like
hold.
a scumbag.
I'm making a point for you, Blaze. Just be patient with me. Do you guys remember the story? It's at the end of the book. Do you guys remember?
I don't know. I never heard the story. I got to look it up.
You've never, yeah, Pimp by Iceberg Slim. It's a very depressing book. At the very end of the book, he actually, he's crying at his mother's grave asking for forgiveness. But he goes into how he becomes a pimp.
Mm.
And the way he gets his bottom bitch to like finally stay with him, because he goes, she only has a certain number of fucks in her, and then he gets rid of her. But the reason why is because he fakes a murder. And then and has her roll this fucking dude up in a carpet and then throws him in the back. And none of this shit was real. The whole thing was set up. And because he's like, now, I'm saying I got rid of that body for you. So she stays with him for a while. My point is, even pimps do things to manipulate women to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Even pimps do things to manipulate women to get them to do shit.
I got to read that shit.
Yeah.
No, okay, I'm not saying pimps don't do that. What I'm saying is this: is that Marcus, I think it's not Marcus, the other guy, Eric, I think Eric, Blaze, I think it's Blaze. You're the, with all due respect, this is why young men are fucking up today, because you're trying to call a rabbit a duck, a bird a flower, and a hamburger a sandwich, a hamburger a hot dog, instead of just saying talk to the woman. Why are you using these words? You're trying to, why can't you allow these young men to just talk to fucking women like a regular person? What does
talk mean?
It depends.
What is that
Listen,
word?
listen, Steve.
I can objectively answer this question. Hold on. The reason why is because they're gonna fuck fewer women. That actually is the answer. They're gonna fuck, and the women
By talking to women?
By talking to women, dog?
No. What I'm saying is they can talk to women, and if they go indirect and they actually like use mechanisms to generate attraction, I know you guys aren't going to care as much because to you, women are attracted because of their cooperation. But girls with like symmetrical bodies, small waists, nice hips, big boobs, things like that, they're going to have sex with more women like that.
Intelligence.
By
can we just say?
attractive
Can we just say intelligence? I mean, most women want to know. Most women want to know what's going on inside a guy's head.
So how did guys start? How did the guys fuck women before PUA?
Yeah, how did they do it before PEO and pickup and shit? That bullshit.
Oh no, it's not pickup. It's like pickup is just a.
I could tell you, I had a lot of natural game before I ever discovered any of this stuff.
Oh,
you hate me using the word game. Game is not the same as the way you're using it. I'm sorry. Game.
Right, because I have it and I've been around longer than I. Please, you understand. What you got to understand is I'm before the internet, so please understand that I respect the streets and what we're doing. You're using vernaculars and words and terminologies that are confusing these young boys.
Bro, you need to get over the semantics. Jesus Christ! If
Dude,
you're upset, are you really that upset
man.
that he used the word open? Like, does that upset you that
I-
much?
I-
Jesus
you know why?
Christ! No wonder you're so
I'll tell you why.
sensitive.
Steve, look at
Wait, I'll tell you why, Marcus. I'm so sensitive about this motherfucker.
Why are you so sensitive? I'm worried about you, bro.
Guy that uses that open, he's not going to know what to do next because you're not teaching him anything. You
Taylor, wait. You think we're just teaching him like
walking up-
language? Like, this is open, this is close. That's all I say. I define open and close. Good luck. Have fun.
So wait, so you teaching them how to figure out who they are?
Yeah,
how about this? I got a question you're all gonna like, okay?
Are you teaching them to
I'll call you
go ahead?
Yes, I help them figure out
I'll
who they
call you
are.
one by
Yes,
one,
that's your
okay?
question.
So Mr. Ocario said before, the game is not about women. So I'm going to ask each of you, is the game about women? Michael Sartain, is the game about women?
So my answer is going to be from like an evolutionary standpoint. So
what is the purpose of life, Michael?
Ready,
are we just sex machines?
From a denotative standpoint, the answer is yes. It has to be, because it's a function of evolution, and you need XY chromosome and XX chromosome to create a zygote. Okay, but from a connotative standpoint, it is not. It really is the man who focuses on himself gets more women. So
I agree.
It's sorry. It's a nuanced answer, but at the same time, like, I still do need a woman to have a child. Like, so in some way it is about her. The other thing is, you have to understand this. All of the proclivities that all of us have on here, the fact that we're bigger and stronger generally than women, we're more aggressive than women, we have higher testosterone levels than women, our eyebrows, our orbital bone comes out further, we have a thicker jaw and facial hair. This has happened because throughout history, the last 2 million years of Homo sapien evolution, or a hominid evolution, men have competed with other men for women. Throughout history, about 40% of men and 80% of women have reproduced. So men have competing for women. We are the result of that competition. So in that way, we are the results of men chasing after women.
Ablaze, is the game about women?
So I think the game is the intersection between what a guy wants for himself and what women respond to. Some guys want to throw themselves completely into the science of the game. This is what women want according to the statistics. Therefore, I will be that guy. Some guys couldn't care less what the science says. And there's all this in-between space. For me, it's a combination of science and art. I acknowledge what the women are attracted to, but I also have my own unique personality. So I'm going to say the game is about getting women, but also doing it according to your ideal, gaming in the way that you want to game. That intersection, that's what game is for me.
Marcus, is the game about women?
This is such an obvious answer. Holy fuck. It's an interpersonal dynamic. It's between you and the woman. So it matters, do you understand women and do you understand yourself? It's best to start by understanding yourself, improving yourself, then understanding women, and then continue to work on both. This would be like asking, is business about the product or the customer? And saying it's only about the product. I don't care what people want to buy. I don't care. I'm just doing this. It's stupid. You don't understand business. You need to think about the customer, what their needs are, how you can adapt, and you need to think about the product, of course. Now, you might think that's gay. You might think it's a masculine to worry about what other people think, but it's intelligent, it's emotionally smart, and it's literally how every dominant species that works in a group operates. The alpha male, when it comes to species that are similar to us, isn't always the big, most muscular, like black and white thing. It's people that know how to socialize. So yes, of course, it's got to do with both.
Steve.
Fuck no, the game is not about women. I've never used a statistic. That's crazy. I'm my own stat. I'll never lose what another man does, what happens to another man. The game is about an all-encompassing perception that you have of yourself, your sexual abilities, and how you move to yourself. This shit ain't got nothing to do with these fucking perks. Women ain't shit. Either she's down or not, but for some reason, y'all, you got these people thinking they're special. I ask, what the fuck is so special? And please, anybody y'all ask, tell me what is so fucking special about a woman that y'all got to do all these tricks and gimmicks and you just can't walk up to a bitch and tell her you're interested in her. What's so special about them?
I think we all just enjoy the nuance of the game. I think you don't have.
Let me answer the question real quick.
Pretty much everybody on here is coaching and teaches this stuff because in some way or another we're good.
Let's have Mr. Lucario
and we like what we
first.
do both.
Right? Yeah, let me say this, and I'm glad you asked this question because a lot of people got to understand it. So the game is absolutely not about women. The game is about yourself, and this is the confusing part of that a lot of people don't understand, right? So when we talk about the game is life, right? Having game is being able to have a skill or strategy to get what you want in this life on your terms, right? So now what happens is the reason why the game isn't about women is because everything that you do and experience, right, is about you because you're the experiencer. So for example, if I learn how to cook, if I learn how to make money, if I learn how to fuck women, if I learn how to work out to get my body in a certain shape, all of those things I just mentioned, the common denominator is me. If I was to approach 100 women, right, the common denominator in that scenario with those 100 women is me. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is the issue is that when you guys make the game about women, you say, I'm going to change who I am for them instead of having the woman submit to you. So even if we take Marcus's example of a business, right? Hold on real quick. I'm about to land a plane.
Of course it is. There's no nuance, bro. But let him talk shit.
With Marcus's example, I'm glad he brought it up. The example of a business, right? Let's say you have something like KFC, Colonel Sanders or whoever. He created the KFC, which is a restaurant that sells chicken biscuits or whatever, right? But you know what he didn't do? He didn't do what Jeff Bezos did with Amazon. He's not selling sneakers. He's doing, this is his business. So what happens is
they change the recipe so many times.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they change the recipe. What I'm saying is that they change the recipe based on what they wanted to do. They're selling what they want to sell. Hold on, I'm almost finished. This is what happens when the truth is hitting you. What happens is that they've created their situation how they want to create it. Whoever likes the fucking chicken at KFC, they're going to go to KFC, period. They're not saying, man, you know what? Let me start selling pizza and sneakers because this person over here who came to my store asked for pizza. They don't give a fuck about that shit. They're doing what they do and people come to their shit. That's what the game is about. It's about you. That's the problem with a lot of guys. And so what most guys do is they switch themselves up when it comes to pertaining to women. They switch themselves up based on the women they're dealing with because they're trying to get the women instead of being who the fuck they are in order to get the women or attract the women who want to fuck with them.
But here's what I'm saying, Lucario. I don't disagree with what you're saying. That's why I call this a straw man argument. You're basically accusing me of conforming my entire game to women. Yes. And I'm telling my students to do that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, let's learn what women are attracted to on the whole. Let's learn the different styles of game. And let's craft a style of game for the individual guy that's going to be sustainable, that he likes running. If you like your style of game, keep running it. You know,
why do we need to care about what the women are attracted to?
But you seem to think that if we conform ourselves at all in any tiny little way, that we're somehow fucking
just quickly. KFC has spent $600 million on marketing research on what people want.
About chicken, not about
everything
sneakers.
To do with the business.
Why are they not selling sneakers, Marcus?
That's like me saying I like women, right? And I'm going to understand what women like, and then being like, but why don't you like giraffes
Marcus,
or
my
some
point
shit?
is
That's not an
that
analogy,
KFC
bro.
decided to be a restaurant.
$100 million on market research, figuring out what their customers like and want.
KFC.
The same way when I go out, I understand what women want. I realize they don't want a short, balding Indian guy wearing IT clothes. So you think it's random and they do. I know they don't.
So Marcus, if a short, balding Indian guy comes to you, you're going to turn him away for coaching, yes?
No, I'm going to teach him. Okay?
What can you teach him? Women don't want short, balding guys.
Okay, so again, I'm going to go through this one more time. Okay, I'm sure it's going to go in one ear and out the other, and you're just going to keep coping. But I'll try to explain one more time. Okay, if they come to me, I'm going to tell them these are the parts about you that are not attractive. Let's adapt and change them and grow. And yes, you're short, or you might have things that bring you down. Let's find other areas that we can bring up. So especially behaviors, you're going to have attractive behaviors that make up for some of these looks. But if you just sit there and be like, look, your behaviors are unattractive, your looks are unattractive, you're the epitome of what women find unattractive, just be you.
So are you changing it
Guys
for him?
don't need to be told
to
be
him or for the
themselves.
woman?
Guys have been being themselves their entire life, and they're not getting women. Themselves. That's why they come to us.
They're not being themselves. So are they changing for themselves or the woman?
If there was a guy that we already gave this example, we're just going in circles.
Are they changing for themselves or for the women?
It can be both. I would change for myself in order to make more money. I would change so I can get bigger and stronger, so I can be a better athlete. I would understand women better so I can get more attractive women and women that I like. There's nothing wrong with change. You don't have to be so scared about it. Like, you can change and be a masculine dominant man, right? It doesn't have to come from a place of desperation. I'm doing it because the girl told me to. No, I'm a fucking man. I want to get better with women. I'm going to get better.
Women started saying, Marcus,
if I want to get better at business, I'm going to learn more about business.
Marcus, if women started saying, hey, we're going to give more sex to guys who suck dick, would you start doing that?
That's a shitty analogy because that's never going to happen.
Because you said you want to know what women are attracted to.
The better analogy is if women said, I am going to fuck more guys that are better in bed, would you become better in bed? And your answer is going to be no.
No.
Because
I don't give a fuck about what you
100%.
want. What I'm saying is that
whereas for
if
me,
women told
I understand.
you
No, for me, I
that they will
understand women
fuck
like guys.
the hottest girls that are going to fuck guys who suck dick, would you do it?
I understand that women, okay, they like guys that are better in bed. So I became better in bed. If we both had sex with the same girl, they'd say that you were vanilla and a little bit boring, and they're going to say that they're the best man of their life.
So if they said they like guys who are worse in bed,
difference.
would you be worse in bed?
But they're never going to say that.
No,
we know
asking,
what's attractive.
because you obviously
no,
do
but they don't say that.
You say what you do
so
what women
stupid.
say.
Okay, if a woman said that that you should run around naked and yell out that you really want to fuck the man mindset, would you do it?
Marcus, anytime you say
Listen,
if a woman
look,
says
look,
this,
look,
I'm not.
Would you
I
do
don't
it?
give a fuck about what she's saying because I don't do what
Would you do it? Would you do
it?
it? Stupid analogy, bro. Yes, I understand what women find attractive, and then same with business. I understand what men want.
And you
when
conform,
it comes to coaching,
yes?
and I give them that.
Lucario,
I get it.
Lucario, let me ask you something. Listen, I don't agree with Marcus on everything, right? Me and him had a couple spirited debates, but do you honestly think that Marcus bends and contorts himself for the girls that he's talking to?
Yeah, he said it plenty of times.
No, I don't think he does.
He just said it. He just said he was.
Eric, they already listen. They already know that.
He calibrates his game a little bit, but I don't think he's going to.
No, a little bit is too much. There should be zero calibration to your game.
So the secret to getting women is who cares what they think. 100% just be you.
Can I use my 2 minutes, Ice?
It's over.
Can I use my 2 minutes, Ice?
Okay.
Yeah, the line to the
Let me just mute everyone, and here we go. Begin.
Muted me, brother. Okay. So what I've noticed here is you guys are trying to solve for one particular problem in game. There are guys, and a lot of guys do this. I see it with beginners, okay? They come up and they're a little bit too nice to women and they hide their intention. So they sit there and they're like, that girl's really hot. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to continue to be a little bit nervous. If she wants to be my friend or go out on a date with me or take me to I'll take her to dinner. Cool, let's do that. Like maybe I'll even make it a really expensive dinner so that she says yes. And obviously you run into problems here as guys that do that. If you go out, yeah, of course, these girls are just going to treat you like shit. They're going to waste your time. Their friends are going to think you're like unattractive, as Michael said earlier. It's awful. Now, yes, if you just look at the world black and white, okay, and you get really upset with that, and you're angry that some girl rejected you earlier on in life, one way to go about it is to go up to girls and just say, I want you, let me know right now if you want me or not. And the minute they give any little bit of resistance, instead of dealing with that like a fucking man, you run away. And it's that simple. And it's one way to cope. But as we've mentioned time and time again, there's nuance in between here. You can go up to a girl and you can build attraction with her. You don't have to try rely on girls that are just desperate and needy and just like you for like literally saying hello to them. I want girls to be able to figure out who I am. They don't know I'm amazing in bed. They don't know that I run a company. They don't know that I travel the world. If I'm relying on just confidence and looks, to be honest, I can fuck a lot of women. They're just not going to be incredibly attractive women. And again, one way to cope here, easy. Do you know what? Looks don't matter now. Okay. So if I can't get attractive women, then do you know what? All I care about is women that don't reject me. That's all I'll like and that's all I'll go for. It's a really easy way to cope here. I don't want to do that. I want to improve myself as a man. I want to get better. So I learn what women like. I learn how to adapt myself. I learn how to lead, have influence, and have power. And then when I do that, I get the type of girl that I want.
Let me do my 2 minutes real quick. So in response to that, so what happens is, and I think this is the disconnect, is that what a lot of guys don't realize, right, is that when you're dealing with women, they're going to either have high interest in you, medium interest in you, or low interest in you. Or if they have no interest in you, that's no interest, right? And so what a lot of guys do is they cope and they think that, oh, I can push her attraction triggers and let her like me. No, she's still not going to like you. Just like if a 400-pound woman that you're not attracted to is trying to get with you, there's nothing she can do or say in 20 minutes that's going to make you change your fucking mind. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're just not attracted to that particular woman. And then you'll say, well, women are different because they feel this and feel that. No, if a woman is really feeling you, she's going to show you off rip. And this is the thing. A woman needs to only be sexually attracted to you to want to have sex with you. You talking about, well, she doesn't know that I'm successful. She doesn't know that I got this. She don't need to know none of that shit to want to fuck you. This is why bums can always get sex, whereas the guy who has money either can't get it or has to pay. So it don't matter about all that other shit. This is why losers who don't got shit going for them could still fuck a woman. You understand? It's about sexual attraction. But see, this is the problem, and I'll basically end with this, right? Is that because most guys who watch this stuff have a hard time getting women, it makes more sense, right, for them to go with the idea that, yes, I have to work really hard for really hot women because these are the women I've always fantasized about and I've never got them. So it makes sense for them to think that it's hard. See, any woman that I fucked, I was sexually and physically attracted to them. There's not a woman that I fucked that I wasn't attracted to sexually. So this whole idea of, well, you're just getting the fours. No, every chick that I fuck is a woman that I thought was hot and that I wanted to fuck. And see, this is how you know dudes don't understand game and understand women. They think the hotter she is, the harder she is to get. They think the less attractive she is, the harder, the easier it is for her to get. But attracted to who or attractive to whom? You see what I'm saying? And these guys will never talk about that or think about that. So what I'm saying to you guys is that when you don't understand the game and you don't have experience, you start to psych yourself out and thinking it's okay for me to chase this woman. It makes sense because she's really, really attractive, and really, really attractive women are going to put you through the fucking ringer, and you have to go through these steps in order to get them. And it's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm done.
Again, he doesn't understand.
There's just so many. There's so many straw mans in there. So many straw men.
Right. I feel like when we're having these discussions, a lot of times we go to the extreme example. So like Lucario goes to the extreme example with what you guys are saying, and you guys do the same vice versa. I'm just going to say this real quick. I believe women have sex with you because of your status, not because of your intent. Or another way to say it is how much they're attracted to you. I will definitely agree with that. I just think as men, there's a middle ground where I can improve myself as a man. And when I do so for my business, for my family, to protect my loved ones. I make money to create a barrier, a force field, so that if my mother, needs to go into the hospital or something, a family member, I can protect them. That's why I do those things. And in doing so, I also make myself attractive to the opposite sex passively. I can still do that by getting in better shape, by becoming a better leader, by becoming a better entrepreneur. There's all sorts of things that I could do to improve myself. But I agree, you don't do it just strictly for the woman. But at the same time, where I will disagree is a woman has to earn my intent. I'm not going to just give it to her because, hey, I'm going to go up and be like, hey, I think you're cute. Let's, I find you sexually attractive. She has to earn that, because that's a level of vulnerability or a level of desire that she hasn't earned from me until she shows me some level of cooperation. So that's the only where I would say is different. I think the best way to do that, however, is to use pre-selection, social status, social circle. That's the best way to passively show high levels of status, which generate attraction with women while you sleep, generate attraction with women passively, so that a lot of women will come into your life and find you attractive. If you think about someone like, I don't know, Chris Williamson or Alex Hermosi, women would jump, what's his face? Andrew Huberman, the professor at, up in San Francisco. When you realize those men, they're not doing their podcast to attract women, but women find them extremely attractive passively because these men are choosing to be more successful. So I'd recommend you guys to find your path and purpose and do that, and women will find you attractive too. And then here's the other thing. Don't let women put you in the friend zone. And then when a woman does show you some level of compliance, then I would actually show her some level of intent. And at that point, it's fine. But before that, I wouldn't do that. That's just my 2 cents. Guys, I got to run.
I agree.
I haven't slept in 2 days.
Lucario, hustle never stops.
Dude, guys, by the way, a couple things. On April 3rd, if you guys are interested, we're throwing a charity event here in Las Vegas. It's at Jason Aldean's Country Bar. It's Babes in Toyland Goes Country. Miami, in May 17th, I'm throwing an animal rescue charity in Miami if you guys are interested, coming out to that. So yeah, just let me know if you guys want to come. And also, I just got hired to be a ring announcer for 3 more events coming up this year. So hopefully I'll see you guys soon. But I got to get out of here, guys. It's good to talk to everybody.
Peace out, yo.
Michael.
Thanks.
Take care.
CIA Cervix Intelligence Agency. Alrighty, guys.
Lucario, you said that if a woman is not attracted to you right off the bat, there's no changing that. Okay. There's personality.
No, I didn't say there's no changing that. I said you can't change it unless you become a whole different motherfucker that takes time. That's not going to change in a 2 hour conversation.
No, wait.
Let me just say this. Attraction is personality based and looks based, right? If you don't cross her attraction threshold, the minimum standard of looks and personality based attraction, she won't be attracted to you. So there is a certain level of I'm not attracted to this dude that you can't overcome. That just depends on her ideal and how closely you fit or don't fit her ideal. Level 1 attraction, I call this level 1 attraction, when somebody feels instantly attracted to somebody. We feel it typically as guys on looks. We can see a woman and be like, boom, I'm attracted to her. Generally speaking, women don't feel level 1 attraction as intensely as men do. We know this from science too. They've hooked guys' brains up to monitors and showed them images of attractive women. Certain areas of the brain light up. Those same areas of the brain do not light up with women, even based on behavior or anything else. It generally takes a little bit more time. Credit Michael Lee, who's been on several Ice White panels and stuff for the science on this. It takes time for women to develop attraction. Generally speaking, it doesn't happen as fast.
How long does it take?
Not true, man. That's not true.
How long does it take?
Yeah.
On average?
Yeah.
So I've already had this debate with Marcus and with you, okay? I believe that the 2-hour pull is not the norm. I think even when you're hooking up with a girl on the short term, it generally takes more like 4 or 5 hours. And I would put the average right around the 7 or 8 hours, as Mystery said. And that's not just because Mystery said it. No. Before you start making these straw man arguments and saying, see, just because Mystery said it, you believe it. No, this is according to my experience as well. It's an average from meat to sex on average.
All right, let me wear the
between 4 and 10 hours.
I've got a question for Lucario.
So wait,
because I think we've had the debate on time before.
No,
right?
no, not necessarily. So, I would say 2 dates on average. Not
that's
night,
what I'm saying.
Usually night 2. It's usually night 2. I'm sorry.
We've done this debate before. I've got a question. Okay, if you go to buy a house, this is for either of you guys, right? And they ask to see your finances. Would you show them your finances?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like you're changing yourself when you show them your finances?
No.
Okay. If you go into a club and, I don't know, a guy's 22 years old and they ask for his ID and they show the ID, is that changing himself?
No.
Okay. So the way I see it is when I'm in front of a girl, I'm allowing her to see the things that are attractive in me. As I said, like a girl probably knows 5% of me in the first 5 seconds. Like, how would you define a first impression? What does that word mean to you? I know the man mindset doesn't like words, but what do you think a first impression is?
So basically, a first impression is the impression the person gets upon first meeting you, meaning that the perception that they have of you, right?
Perfect. And how accurate do you think that perception is?
It depends on the situation, but a lot of times it's pretty accurate.
You think it's pretty accurate?
Yeah, absolutely.
How quick to judge, man.
How accurate do you think it is?
So so I'll give you an example. If I walk into a department store and I see a guy with his girlfriend and he's holding her purse, my perception is he's a weak motherfucker who his woman runs him. Just off of that one little thing.
Do you know what he does for work?
It don't matter. He's still
Do you know what he does for work?
You don't hold your girlfriend.
I'm talking about.
Do you know what he does for work?
It doesn't matter what he does for work.
Do you know how old he is?
Doesn't matter how old he is.
Do you know how many girlfriends he's had?
Doesn't matter how many girlfriends.
Do you know how good he is in bed?
Does not matter how good he is in bed.
Okay, so it's literally the first impression. The way they call that is because perception changes. Now, sure, you could have a rough idea. Like you might meet someone and be like, oh, I know this person is really old or really young. You could be like rough around the edges here, but it's a first impression because it changes. So what I want to do, if I don't get what you describe as a high interest first impression, maybe it's just medium or slightly less than that, then I want to let them find out more about me. I'm not changing who I am. I'm not going up to a girl and she says, oh, I love Taylor Swift, and suddenly I'm like, oh, do you know what? Taylor Swift is my favorite artist. I'm going to tell her, like, what the fuck? You like, this is some white girl shit. You need to listen to some real music. And I can display now that I have some standards, that I can challenge her, that I'm dominant. But she wouldn't have known that 4 seconds ago.
Right.
So all I'm saying
Marcus,
here is it's not changing yourself. It's allowing her to see more of you.
No, Marcus, I see what you're saying, but the issue though is that the reason why you would have to do that in the first place is because her perception of you is that you're not that guy, which is why you have to continue
because
from that point.
she doesn't have an 100% accurate.
Do you know how many
perception.
times?
She does
women,
because she sees you holding the purse. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You know how many times?
Sorry, you can't tell. Sorry, Eric. I'll shut the fuck after this. I know I keep interrupting you.
No, I enjoy you guys talking for me. It's great because you guys are doing the debate for me. I'm just,
You think you don't understand what women find attractive in terms of looks, but suddenly you can say they're 100% accurate in terms of what they like in a guy, and they can tell that right away.
Yeah, because they have history of dealing with lots and lots of guys approaching them, lots and lots of guys trying to make shit happen, lots and lots of guys doing things.
Go for it, Eric.
So they have a perception of who you are based on how you come at them, how you talk, how you interact with them, just the whole entire interaction.
Women are 100% accurate in terms of knowing.
You can tell the type of guy you are. Yes, absolutely.
Lucario, do you know how often a woman sees a dude and thinks, oh, that dude looks attractive, and then 2 seconds later he does some goofy shit or he makes a fool of himself, and then she's like, oh, maybe not. Women know not to judge a book by its cover. They've been taught not to judge a book by its cover from the time they were young, and their experiences told them
Blaze,
so.
I totally agree.
Look, if you walk up to a girl and she's attracted to you, like, she's gonna have to feel you out a little bit. She's like, okay, this dude's attractive, but I'm not quite sure about him yet. This get off the pot game is a one-note song, bro.
Right, but
you're playing a one-note song. We're playing.
You can go to any girl and ask her, hey, listen, your ex-boyfriend. Go to any girl and say, is he who you thought he was when you first met him? Every single girl is going to say no. It changes. Either he becomes like a pussy, he becomes a nice guy, he puts on weight. Things change. Perception changes. As simple as that. Like, to be delusional and think women have a fucking 100% accurate is retarded.
But this is what I'm saying. And Blaze, this is what I'm talking about. So you're saying the woman judges the book by a cover. No, she's not judging the book by the cover. The fucking book is wide open. She can see based on how you look, how you talk, how you walk, the shit that you're saying. She knows this already. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Oh, she can tell. She's like, bro, let me tell you something. I was in a club the other day. This was like a year ago. I'm saying the other day, but a year ago. I remember, and I was dying laughing. This dude came up to the woman. I was air hustling. This chick came up with this guy came with this line, and she said to him, is that some pickup artist thing? You understand what I'm saying? That's what she said to him.
Here's a question.
Let me just bad perception, which can be changed.
Here's a question, Lucario. I will acknowledge that if you're not upfront enough with a woman and she wants a guy to be super upfront and dominant and shit or get off the pot, there's a burn rate that comes with that. But there's a burn rate that comes with your style of game as well. The question is, which has a bigger burn rate? I would argue that you are playing a numbers game. You are burning through opportunities just to get to that one girl that's interested in you.
Now,
go ahead, Steve, I'll go after you.
Did Mystery teach you that bullshit? Or
no, man, hang on, wait. Hang on. Mr. Lucario agrees with this. This isn't a dispute. He agrees that we will get more girls this way. He's just saying that we're changing who we are. There's no disagreement there.
I agree with Marcus.
He's agreeing we probably get more attractive girls. We get way more women. We get to see them for longer periods of time. Like we have way more fuck buddies interactions, threesomes. We get way more results with hotter women. He agrees. All he's saying is he can code and say he doesn't care.
Guys, understand? You're gonna get way more women simping.
I don't know as much as this guy. I don't care. I'm not as good at sports as him. I don't care. It's like, if I'm going to play sport, I want to be good at it. Whereas Lucario would say, I don't want to be good at it. I don't want to learn the sport. I just don't care.
I'm going to swing the bat how I want to swing it, and it doesn't matter if I strike out, a million times in a row. I'm going to swing the bat.
This is what
never going to improve.
Marcus, this is what you're not understanding. Yes, you're going to get. Listen, I would get made. Wait, okay. Let me ask you this: do you think it's easier for a guy to have more sex by paying women, or by actually just going out and talking to women?
Who's paying women? What is this?
I'm just asking a question. Do you think it's easier to acquire sex by paying hoes versus actually having the skill to attract women?
Lucario, do you think it's easier to get sex if you drug and rape women? or if you go indirect? What's easier?
That's what, bro. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
easier?
What I'm trying to tell you is
What's
that
easier?
you guys are doing things where you're overextending yourself to try to get the pussy. So
You're
basically, you put the pussy
underextending.
above
You're
yourself. That's what I'm trying to tell
underextending.
you.
Nuance. You think? Hang on, wait. You think because we build attraction that's equivalent to
What the
paying
fuck is
women or
building
raping them?
attraction? What is building attraction? Tell me.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll explain it one more time. All right. I feel like I need to keep explaining to you what attraction is because it's not going in. I don't think it ever
tell me.
will.
I want to.
Maybe
Okay,
this
wait,
is part
Marcus.
of
Let
the
me ask you
code.
this. Hold on,
Maybe
real
you
quick.
don't care what
Before you say
attraction
that, how does a 400-pound girl that is attracted to you build attraction?
Do you know what? If you were that 400-pound girl, do you know what you would do? You would say, I don't care. I would tell her to lose weight.
I'm asking you, how does she build attraction, Marcus? How does she get you?
I'm telling you, I would tell her to lose fucking weight. You would tell her, love yourself
Thank
anyway.
you, Marcus. Thank you. I agree with you. I agree
You
with
are
you.
the
Check this out.
400-pound girl saying, I'm a 10.
So
that's what you
Marcus,
are.
So Marcus, so
you
hold
are
on,
the
hold on,
400-pound girl saying you're a 10.
Marcus,
I'm
I'm
the
so glad you
400-pound
said
girl
that.
saying,
Marcus,
I'm going to lose some
Marcus.
fucking weight because this is not who I want to be.
No, Marcus,
you know what
I
this
agree with
debate
you. So
is?
hold
You know
on,
what?
hold on. Let me say this before I forget.
Here's the
So
fact
Marcus,
that
you
this
said the
girl
400-pound
thinking
women would need to lose weight. I agree. So what is that? So is she going to lose weight in a 20-minute conversation, or does it take her time to lose weight to be the type of woman you're attracted to?
Lakari, let me answer this, okay? You're picking once again a super extreme example.
This is like saying, that's my point.
No. Let me fucking answer, right? Basically, the analogy you're saying here is if you had a guy, all right, that literally was in a coma, right? What would he have to do, right? We can pick a reasonable example. If there's a girl that's reasonably attractive and she's in front of me and I'm kind of like, the things that could make her more attractive is be very submissive, right? Is be interesting, be intelligent, be caring. She can be very submissive. She can be like a little bit like sexual. These are the things that would make me more attractive. Now, if that was the exact same girl, but then she sat there and was like, oh yeah, I love drinking beers. I want to go to the footy and I'm asexual. Yeah, I'm not going to build attraction with her whatsoever. As a guy, I have a looks barrier here. That's why I'm saying with the Indian guy, yeah, I would tell him to get a haircut. I would tell him to wear different clothes, 100%. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to, I don't want to be the 400-pound girl saying you're beautiful, it's a beauty standard, looks don't matter. Fuck it, looks do matter. If you're a 400-pound girl, you are unattractive.
If she was submissive.
Hey, Carl,
do you think a 400-pound girl is unattractive?
Cario,
no.
You know, the Indian guy.
No, looks don't matter. You'd fuck her. Yeah, I know.
Sorry, the Indian guy has
Crazy.
more confidence than the guy that has the muscles because that bitch is in the gym thinking muscles can speak for him. Y'all guys saying all this goofy ass shit. What I don't understand is, why don't y'all just be honest? You can't build attraction when you don't believe in yourself. You can't build attraction when you don't have yourself. You can't build attraction when you don't know who the fuck you are and you think women are special.
I agree. We agree. You're missing the point. I'm telling you, you need to understand yourself. You need to be confident. But then there's other things you can do. Men that are in the gym and have muscles are likely more dominant and confident and social than men sitting at home putting on weight.
You know what we've done
do you
here,
disagree with that? Do you disagree with that?
It's a sickness. Being in the gym is a sickness. If you're not
working out's a sickness now, we can't work out. What the fuck?
Ice.
So you're not hearing what he's saying.
Ice. What we've done here,
we've created a new get women.
We've created a new debate topic. We've created a new debate topic, and that is basically how much should a guy calibrate his game? That's basically what this debate has been. How much should you calibrate to what we know women are attracted to versus how much should you just game the way you want to game?
How do you know
that's a deeply personal? Look, I know because never mind. I'm not going to say
it.
Look,
the mystery
we understand women. That's how. I mean, these guys are just like.
This is a deeply personal question that every guy needs to ask himself. That's how much do I want to change and how much do I want to stay the same?
So change for women?
Calibration.
So change for women. Yes.
You lose if you change for women.
It's some guys are losing by not changing.
Yes, I agree. You lose if you change for women, 100%. Okay? If a girl tells you, I like Taylor Swift, and you don't like Taylor Swift, and you sit there and you pretend that you love Taylor Swift, then yes, that's a negative change. But if a girl comes up to you and you're socially calibrated, and she comes up and she says, I need to drop my keys off at my friend's place first before I come home and fuck you, then you better know I'm dropping the keys off at the friend's place first.
Why don't you tell her to drop the keys and then meet you at the crib?
This is not cooperation. I'm fucking leaving here. It's absolutely retarded.
Marcus, why don't you tell her to drop the keys off and then come back and meet you at the crib?
Why can't I just go drop the keys off with her and then go fuck? The reason you're not going to do that is because I understand women. Because sometimes what will happen, again, just to clarify, I get hotter girls than you. I get more girls than you.
Exactly.
And I see them more consistently, which you've admitted. The reason I do this is because I understand them. If you just say, go drop them off and I'm going to wait over here, they'll feel needy. They might get home and have something to eat and they'll feel tired. I just go with her, drop the keys
do they
off
feel
and take her
tired or
home.
they're just not sexually attracted to you like that?
Oh my God, this motherfucker.
You don't think women get tired?
So basically, you got to hold the girl hostage to make sure that she doesn't change her mind to fuck you that night. Okay.
You have zero nuance. So dropping keys off at a girl's place and then going to your place is hostage. You're kidnapping her. Is that what you believe?
No, what I'm saying is that you believe.
No, that's what you said. Is that what you believe?
You believe
or are you
that
straw manning again and
fuck
having
you after she drops
absolutely
the keys
zero
off.
nuance?
No,
are you having zero
believe,
nuance again, Lucario?
You believe she won't fuck you if she has to drop the keys off. You're like, I need to stay in the zone with her, make sure I'm babysitting her, and then make sure she comes over to fuck me. That's what you're saying.
Lucario, why do you speak to women? Why don't you just stay at your house and wait for them to come over?
Okay,
I do speak to women online, and I do speak to women in person.
Wait. Why do you download Tinder or speak to them online? Why do you do that?
Yeah, because I got to tell them what to do.
Can we get
you think you have to do that? Why can't you just stay at home and women come over?
No, because you have to tell women what to do.
It sounds like you're changing yourself, bro. It sounds like you're changing
yourself. You're telling them what to do based on your specifications. You're following a woman to her girlfriend's house because you want to fuck.
I'm leading. You have no idea how to deal with social dynamics. You're so
retarded
that you're like dealing with a brick wall and trying to act like a man.
So Marcus,
you have no idea that being intelligent and being
socially
socially calibrated. I just told you we need to drop the keys off there.
No, what do you need at her friend's house?
I need her to not be worrying that her friend's locked out of her place so we can have sex.
What does Marcus need at her friend's house?
That's what I just told you.
What?
Oh man, you.
No. What do you not what she needs? What do you need at her friend's house?
Eric, can I ask Eric a question real quick?
Please.
Eric, I'm starting to wonder. Okay, I don't know if this is like extended of the coping, where it's like the only way for his reality to work is block everything out.
What is the coping? You just said you got to follow her to her friend's house to drop off the keys. What do you need at her friend's house? Why can't you just tell her to drop off the keys?
Let's stop interrupting everybody. Come on, everybody, just let people talk. Go ahead, ask me the question.
I'm curious whether, because I feel like a lot of this debate is just so the audience can see that, okay, he's coping, he gets less attractive women, and this is a way to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say anything, Lucario. Don't say anything.
Wait. Hold on. You know what? I'm so tired of Marcus saying I get less attractive. I'm gonna show you the women I get. Put me on the screen. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you, Marcus. Okay, because I'm tired. I'm tired of your bullshit. Now I want you to see. Hold on. This woman is so hot and sexy. This is the first bitch that I was fucking with. If you can't get girls this hot, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Let me show you another one of my bitches. This bitch right here, though, this is an old school bitch. I met her in 1939. She's fire. Hold on, one more. We got one more. Now, this is my main bitch right here. This chick right here, she's fire, bro. I don't understand what the fuck y'all talking about, but let's listen to this. I can't take this no more. Because Marcus, he's hurting my feelings. I'm coping. You know what I'm saying? I'm coping.
Okay, bro.